Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flo Show No Filter. Technical difficulties, but we're going to do it like this. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared at the Flo Show No Filter are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are here. It's hump day, little technical difficulties. It was only showing my live to Facebook for some reason, so I had to back it up, and come back in. What's up, Jennifer? Good morning to everybody. Oh, I'm more than all right. I'm splendid. I'm amazing. I'm grateful. I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm couldn't feel better. I'm ready to take over the world. Whatever words you have for amazing, just say that about 50 times and you understand where I'm at with it. Yeah, I'm great. Thoughts, views, and opinions. Y'all already know. Coming to y'all live. We got one of those shows today. Today is one of those shows where y'all know I always tell y'all about how important it is to subscribe, because we can't be dependent on these elites and these big companies and these big corporations, because they don't have our best interests. So we got to pay for our own and support our own. Well, it's one of those episodes where you're going to see why I say that, because what I'm about to break down today is something that somebody going to be mad about, because now we got Oprah in this mess. We got Diddy starting all this mess. And not only that, but it also ties to, you know how everybody been saying, where are the kids? Where are the kids? And everybody was talking about those Maui fires. I covered the Maui fires. If you've been following me since the Maui fires were going on, you'll know I covered that. I was one of the first people to break that something ain't right. And I was going viral for saying, like, I think that they did these fires on purpose, or they purposely letting these fires blaze, or they set it ablaze themselves because they want a smart city, and that whole debacle. All of it is connected. And I know big corporations and elites and celebrities will not want me talking about what I'm about to talk about today, but you know me, I don't give a fuck. I'm going into it. We about to dive into this rabbit hole. All I'm saying is this information is about to tear you up. Trigger warning. But I don't know if y'all saw the news about the police chief. The police chief that was caught up in that Diddy lawsuit with Ashley, the one we just went over. If you haven't heard about it, the police chief has been dismissed or temporary for his from his duties, being wrapped up in this Diddy lawsuit. But I did some digging, y'all, and it ain't just this Diddy lawsuit. They've been calling out this chief for his connections, allegedly, to Oprah and Diddy and the rest of Hollywood and the elites. This is heavy stuff today. Today's show is what the Flo Show No Filter is all about, because this is crazy. And it pisses me off because the Maui fires is something that I was covering. So I know what happened or what I think happened. And I think it was shady. I think it was foul the way they did those people in Maui with those fires. And it still never sat right with me. As a matter of fact, the Maui fires, before I get into the Diddy and Oprah connection and all of that, the Maui fires, as for me covering it, the Maui fires were the first time. Now, you remember, I've been attacking Hollywood and elites and the powers that be since the beginning, over 2-3 years ago when I started really getting into this. So I've been doing this, but like I told you, when I first started, it wasn't sexy. It was like when I first started, it was people were still caught up in believing in Hollywood a little bit, you know. Of course, that ain't the case now, but so as I'm covering it, you know, I started to see that the people start waking up and the people start realizing like, oh, this shit is not what we thought it was. And so when the Maui fires came, the moment that in the Maui fires that showed me that as a society, we were pulling together and I wasn't by myself and feeling like something ain't right and we need to quit giving these celebrities all this grace and all this attention like they're so great when a lot of them are doing foul shit. So the Maui fires, when that happened, the moment when I knew we were all coming together and it made me feel good, like, okay, people are waking up. Y'all remember when Oprah and Rock in the middle of the fires came and did this big commercial talking about, hey, Maui fires, power to the people. We need everybody to send whatever. We calling it the People's Fund of Maui. And it was a real corny, cliche announcement that used to work back in the day. That type of announcement worked. But when they announced this time, I was the first one that posted it and said, Rock and Oprah, why the hell y'all asking us for money when y'all got billions? Just pay for it. Or put up most of the money or something. And I didn't know the whole world was going to agree with me. Man, I posted that and it got about 2-3 million views. And then next thing I know, the whole freaking world was cussing out Rock and Oprah. Shit, Oprah and Rock had to turn off their comments because everybody started saying the same thing. Like, why the fuck are y'all asking us for money when y'all got all the money? And furthermore, Oprah, we think, and this is the public talking, we think that you got something to do with this because all of a sudden you got all this property, nothing happened to your property, and y'all buying more property. And then here comes the smart city. If y'all don't remember that, the Maui fires was shady. But like I said, that was the first moment when I was looking at my comments and I saw all kind of people. I saw Democrats. I saw Republicans. I saw Black people, white people, Latino, old people, young people. Everybody, for the first time that I saw on my page, we were all united in saying we are sick of this elite Hollywood bullshit that they running on us, because they've been running that stuff since back in the 80s and 90s. Bunch of millionaires talking about telling us to donate, and like fools, we were donating. Y'all remember that? They used to do it all the time. But it finally got to the point where they realized that we woke up and we not going for that shit no more. And if you think about it, the Maui fires was the last time you saw billionaires standing up with a smile on their face asking us, who are struggling to eat dinner, asking us to send money when they got more money than us combined. And so fast forward to Diddy. If you don't know, Ashley we just went over her case where she was saying she was trafficked and essayed and raped and all of this stuff with Diddy and 3 other guys. And Diddy was mad because she said allegedly that Tupac, she knows what happened, that you killed, that Diddy killed Tupac. And it's just a mess. Well, now the dominoes are starting to fall and heads are starting to roll. And we got to get into it. Kind of reminds me of that story I told y'all back early on when we first started the podcast. And I told y'all that quick story about how I found out a quick way for me to go out and play. with my mom because I always had to have my room clean. And so what I would do is just stuff everything up under my bed. When I first started doing it, it wasn't much to stuff. I just stuff it. It wasn't nothing under my bed. And as I stuffed, as the summer went on, it was more and more trash up under that bed because every day when I wanted to go out and play, I would just put everything, my clothes, food, whatever, stuff it up under the bed. And it would look like my room was spotless. But it didn't take but one time for me to leave a little piece of trash hanging out the side of the bed, little tiny. And my mom went up there to peek at my room and she looked at that piece of trash. She pulled up that trash and looked under there. And my whole get out, go outside quick scheme was exposed. And I was on punishment and it got ugly for me. And she started pulling out every piece of trash. I felt so embarrassed. And she started calling all her girls, all her friends, and telling them what I did and da-da-da-da-da. But when I told y'all that, I was telling y'all I compared that to the Diddy story. If you remember, I said, this is how the Diddy story is going to be. All this trash been shoved under the rug all this time. So everything looked pretty. Everything looked perfect. Until Cassie was that one little piece of trash dangling out the side of the bed. And once Cassie, and I ain't calling Cassie no trash, I'm just using a metaphor. And once that bit of dirty laundry that was Diddy's trash, his dirty laundry got exposed, now everything is falling after that. Once one thing get exposed, they all get exposed. And I like it. So check what's the latest and greatest. This is the key, I believe. Please listen in because this is the key to where those kids, where everybody been asking, where are the kids? What has been going on with Oprah? This is probably the biggest piece to the puzzle that we have had yet. So everybody listen in and let's break down this whole Diddy Oprah craziness we got going on. So check this out. This is what's going on. Maui mayor, this is from the Honolulu Civil Beat. Diddy is in trouble. Oprah might be in trouble now after this because this dude might start singing more and more and more. So this is what it is. Maui mayor calls for police chief to be placed on leave over Diddy lawsuit. From the Civil Beat by Aaron Nolan. Chief Pelletier is named in a lawsuit alleging criminal conduct connected with the embattled rapper. Mayor Richard Benson has called for Maui Police Chief John Pelletier to be placed on administrative leave in light of recent allegations that he played a role in an elaborate scheme that allowed people to be assaulted by rapper Sean Diddy Combs in 2018. This is law enforcement being caught up and called out for basically being the middleman to keeping these celebrities or people with money from getting in trouble. This was his business, allegedly. So check this out. At the time, Pelletier was a Las Vegas police captain in charge of an area that included the glitzy boulevard of hotels and casinos known as the Strip. On Friday, Pelletier's name was added to a long list of defendants that includes high-profile celebrities such as the Miami Dolphins star Odell Beckham, comedian Drewski, and more. This was originally filed in October in the U.S. District Court. So let me let y'all know what's going on with this. This is the officer that in that lawsuit, I'm going to get to it, but y'all remember Ashley saying there was somebody who posed as an officer. And I saw them with an envelope of money. This is the guy. Parham says in the lawsuit that Pelletier had been posing as a sheriff in Contra Costa County. This is in California. When she told him she had just escaped to a neighbor's house after being violently gang raped by Combs, Beckham, Drewski, and others. Now, she informed Pelletier that she did not have her phone, purse, clothes, or car keys, but he did not call emergency services or help her recover her belongings, and instead told her to find a way to get home, according to the lawsuit. So he showed up. He acted like he was helping, but he wasn't there to help. When Ashley Parham was allegedly in dire need of help, she didn't have anything. She called, police come, or so she thought was the police. His job was to come there, put out the fire, act like he was the police, and save Diddy's ass, allegedly. Now, according to these documents, Parham said, and this is where this gets crazy. Parham said she later saw Pelletier hand what she believed to be an envelope of cash to the neighbor who owned the home where she sought refuge after being raped, according to the court documents. The two unnamed plaintiffs, a mother and a son, who are identified in court documents as Jane Doe and John Doe, said they had witnessed Combs and others grape Parham after Pelletier abducted them from their residence in Las Vegas and brought them to the California home at gunpoint in a black SUV. Pelletier told the mother and son that they were being extradited for warrants in California. But when they asked to see the warrants, Pelletier refused and threatened to shoot him. Jane Doe and John Doe were trafficked to several locations, including what they believe was Pelletier's home in Las Vegas, a hotel, and eventually to the scene of the alleged crime, or more crimes, Orinda, California. And it is at this house where they witnessed Combs and several others assault Parham, according to the lawsuit. This guy is in the middle of a lot of shit. We ain't even began to go into it on this episode. I'm telling y'all, this guy is literally, in my humble opinion, the smoking gun, or should I say one of them. Because check this out. When Combs attempted to force John Doe to participate in raping Parham, he refused and was assaulted himself, documents say. A local police officer eventually responded and attempted to talk to the mother and son, but Pelletier interrupted and said all three plaintiffs were suspects in a federal drug trafficking investigation that he was working on. Another lie in the lawsuit. Combs, wrapped up in all of this, got the MPD. They did not respond to requests about what the hell is this. Pelletier, who joined the MPD as a chief in 2021, is way more to it than even what Ashley doing. Now, Ashley, I don't know quite some of the details might be a little sketchy in her lawsuit. I don't know. I'm still waiting for facts to come out. But one thing I know, the names in there, they're dirty. And this chief has way more issues than this situation here. This situation has just brought him and put him on stage, front and center, for all of us to look at him and point and say, what the hell have you been doing, Sergeant or Chief Pelletier? Now, to be fair, let me give you Pelletier's response to this. Let me be clear. The allegations made against me are completely false. And I have not been formally served with my legal paperwork. In this statement, Pelletier expresses disappointment in the decision to call for the police commission to put him on administrative leave. He calls the request premature and unjust. He goes on to say, I understand the importance of transparency and accountability in law enforcement, and I fully intend to cooperate with any necessary process to ensure the truth is known. Pelletier said in the statement, however, I firmly believe no one should face professional consequences based on unsubstantiated claims. He said he remained committed to the department and the residents of Maui County, and he appreciated the support. And now that I got all that out the way, let's get back to business. Because let me tell you another shady thing that this chief was responsible for. We got to go back to the Maui fires. He was the lead person on that. And he made a call that trapped the Maui residents in the Lahaina, whatever that city is. Sorry if I messed up the name of that city, but it's around Maui. And check this clip out.
Look at this. Holy shit. This is a nightmare. I don't know where he's going. Probably to block our street. They're going to fucking barbecue all these people down in Lahaina. We're all trapped down here. They're blocking off all exits. Everyone is just stuck. Going in a circle in a fire pit.
Now, let me give you the background what he's talking about. That was in Lahaina. Now, the police chief made a controversial call that everybody, even at the time, said, this ain't right. Something's going on. And what he did was he closed off and barricaded all the streets that Lahaina people were able to evacuate through. And so what happened was the only people who were able to survive those crazy fires were the people who disobeyed the police and went through the barricades. The people, most of them, who obeyed the police chief and the police orders, which came from this guy, Pelletier, the people who obeyed got burnt up. And we called out this back when it happened. This was like last year, maybe July, but I believe it was like over the summer. I don't know the exact. I know it was last year, early in the year. And when this happened, we called this out then. We were like, why is the police chief basically setting people up to be unalived? Now his name comes up with Oprah. Now his name comes up with Diddy. And so now we go back and we say, wait a minute. So what we thought was actually what it was. This chief has been in the middle of the Las Vegas tragedy that we thought the biggest, what was it? One of the biggest shootings, mass shootings that they had in Vegas. He was in the center of that. And a lot of stuff was handled shady. He was in the center of the Maui situation. Shady. And he's in the middle of Diddy and Oprah. So now let's get into this shocking article that comes from November, mind you. This is another thing. Listen to this. This is written by Paul Smith. Mob connected Maui police chief John Pelletier to Oprah Winfrey and Diddy. November 18th, 2024. So this is before this is before what we're talking about now. They were already tying him to Diddy and Oprah back in November. So let's go on to this article. I'm telling y'all, this is about to open up a can of worms. And I'm here for it. Check it out. So this was at the time, he was current Maui police chief John Pelletier faces renewed scrutiny over his mishandling of the Lahaina fire disaster, along with other allegations of corruption. The former Las Vegas Metro Police captain appears to have brought his tarnished reputation with him as he settled into his new position. Pelletier has been accused of negligence and corruption during what many insiders have described as his reign of terror. Pelletier has been named as the chief that caused several high-ranking members of Maui Police Department to resign or take an early retirement due to his threats. Further sources have confirmed Pelletier's direct trafficking connections to Sean Diddy, Combs, and Oprah Winfrey. Many Maui citizens and family members have banded together to demand accountability from the person they have dubbed Terror in Chief, John Pelletier. The moniker given to him seems fitting, given the long-running controversies that seem to follow Pelletier wherever he goes. Since his selection as police chief, Pelletier has been hit with allegations of corruption. The Maui Police Commission has been accused of wrongdoing for their role in choosing Pelletier. People are getting in trouble for even choosing this guy. This is November. We in March, headed to April. Allegations of Pelletier's unethical behavior in Maui dates back to 2021, when Pelletier was accused of collusion with Maui Police Commission members, along with abusing the system, leading to his improper selection as chief. Accusations of suspicious flights to Las Vegas by commission members. Pelletier brought on his Las Vegas Metro Police Department cronies, Charles Hank, also known as Hank the Shank, and Ron Olson with him as part of his takeover and corruption of the Maui Police Department. After removing a guy by the name of Ricky from internal affairs, Pelletier then placed his boy Hank the Shank in that position. This guy is a menace. I always knew it was something shady behind the Maui fires. I always knew the only way elites and powerful people could even engage in a lot of this illegal trafficking and stuff they do, they had to have or have to have someone in law enforcement. And now it's starting to be revealed. The grassroots campaign to hold Pelletier and the Maui Police Commission accountable has gained traction, has brought attention to the plight of Maui fire victims. This dude not only was shady with Diddy, but he engaged in shady stuff with Maui, Las Vegas, Diddy, Oprah, and the list goes on. Chief Pelletier, remember the name. He mishandled the Lahaina fire situation, which we figured it was being mishandled because they just trying to build a smart city. They wanted everything to burn down. In February, back last year, a guy named by the name of Derwin outlined the controversy surrounding Pelletier, saying this, and I quote, "We have discovered new info about how the previous police chief was forced into early retirement, how Maui Police Chief John Pelletier was selected, ethics violations, and all type of corruption. Critics of John Pelletier have accused him of lying on his application and his resume, threatening fellow police, and all type of egregious crimes. Pelletier is no stranger to these type of antics. And now he's tied to organized crime. Pelletier's days at Las Vegas Metropolitan as captain, he was allegedly involved in working for organized criminal syndicates. Allegedly, he was known to threaten victims. This guy is tied to Diddy and Oprah. I got to keep letting y'all know that as I read this article. He was a part of covering up sex trafficking criminals. In other words, kidnapping and assaulting victims will be threatened with false charges to silence them. Do you understand the significance and the seriousness of what this chief is involved in? And it would have went unnoticed had Diddy not been brought up on charges and all of his dirty laundry being aired out for the world. That is the only reason Pelletier is on the hot seat. Silencing victims, and you are law enforcement filing fake charges. So what they would do was the victims would be forced to drop the complaint or not even file a complaint at all. Allegedly, Pelletier would threaten that the assailants would file charges against the victim, claiming that the victim stole their car and drove themselves to Las Vegas. Our source states that Pelletier would flip everything on his head, enabling the perpetrators. You ain't gonna get this breakdown nowhere else, y'all. This one of those breakdowns that somebody might show up at your door for telling this stuff. But this the Flo Show No Filter. We're gonna get into it. Let's continue with this Diddy, Oprah, Pelletier shady connection that's alleged. Sources continue stating that Pelletier also served in internal affairs, stating he was, even during times he was not even in that role. They were lying. He lied on his resume, lied on his application. Further, it's alleged that he would misuse police resources including drones, helicopters, in order to stalk targets of the mob. He has also attempted to get warrants and court orders against victims to bust into hotel rooms and settle scores for the mob. Allegations link John Pelletier to Buffalo crime family, a crime family known for running cocaine. And now citizens are demanding answers. Where are the children? And check this out. See, I've been digging. I did a lot of digging. I told you, when it ain't too much to break, that's when I get to do my best work. Because, I got to keep y'all in the loop of what's going on every minute, up to the minute in the Diddy world. But when you get a little break, I get to do this. I get to do some investigating, some real journalism. So check this out. This is also connected to this Maui shit and Diddy and this shady dude. I had to break down all the stuff he has been doing. But check out what one of his cronies did. And you're gonna be like, oh my goodness. Check this out.
New details in the indictment of a Maui fire chief charged with sex assault and continuous sexual assault of a minor. The new court documents say Battalion Chief Sean Rogers began abusing the victim in 2019 when she was about 12 years old, and the alleged assaults continued for about 2.5 years. Rogers, who is 52 years old, turned himself in today after a warrant was issued for his arrest last week. Rogers is a 25-year veteran of the Department of Fire and Public Safety and was the incident commander during the August wildfires. Today, MFD Chief Brad Ventura said in a statement, "We are deeply concerned about the allegations. Mr. Rogers is not scheduled to work this week, and we will continue to evaluate this situation as more information is available."
Sean Rogers is his name, AKA piece of shit asshole. So let me tell you about this guy. You heard he's involved in the Maui fires on the same team as this Pelletier guy that I've spent 30 minutes laying out all type of crazy stuff he been doing. Now you see another Maui captain or whatever. This guy was caught up in a child rape situation, statutory, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what the name of it is. So nasty. He was dealing with a child at 12 years old. Sexual relationship from 12 to, I believe it was 14. And we wondering where the kids at. This is law enforcement. And I bet you none of y'all heard about this stuff because they keep it on the low. It goes further. So that happened like last year with Sean Rogers, who just caught up from the Maui, whatever. Now, this is where it gets even shadier because I did more digging because I said, okay, he was arrested. I mean, yeah, he was charged, but what was the end result? Do y'all know? And I think it was December of last year, they temporarily dismissed the charges against this captain with this known relationship with this 12-year-old. They dismissed it, saying that they're temporarily dismissing it because the family or someone took away the application for what do you call it? Restraining order. They had got a restraining order against this pervert, and somehow they took that away. And then the lawyer did something. The defense and the prosecution, they all worked together, I believe. When I read into it, it didn't make no sense. But the bottom line is they have temporarily dismissed the charges, not saying anything about that he was innocent or he was cleared. They dismissed the charges on a technicality. And then they said that the prosecution has 60 days to refile. That was in December, January, February. That time is up. Guess what, y'all? I searched high and low. Unless they buried the article and put it on the dark web or somewhere I couldn't find it, they ain't never prosecuted this dude. They dismissed the charges and there was no refiling. If that doesn't scream corruption at the highest level, ain't no such thing. You got evidence of a captain of Maui police caught in a known relationship with a 12-year-old that lasted for 2.5 years. And then the case mysteriously gets dismissed and saying that the prosecution technically has 60 days to refile it. And then that 60 days has come and gone. And it's no update to that case. No article saying, hey, this guy got off. Nothing. If you look it up, the last article you will be able to find is the last one saying it's been dismissed temporarily and they have 60 days to file it. You won't find an article after that. These are the people that are tied in with Oprah and Diddy. And now that this dude is in hot water, I believe he's going to start singing. I think he's going to start singing his ass off. Now, with all of this news, with the trafficking being exposed, law enforcement, multiple law enforcement people on hot water, now everybody is looking into this Diddy and Oprah connection to the Lahaina human trafficking that been going on, that a lot of people don't want to speak about. And we were talking about it when the Maui fires were going on, and then the conversation died. But let's not forget, it was John Pelletier who gave the order to trap victims, in a sense, in that line of fire by barricading the only route that they had to get the hell up out of there. Pelletier also, coincidentally, was on the scene and was a commander during the Las Vegas shooting, biggest in history. Allegedly, Pelletier forcibly took a Diddy victim at gunpoint from Las Vegas to California to be raped by Diddy. And he did this by posing as a sheriff executing a fake ass warrant. And I don't like it. And even after all of those events I just spelled out for you, even after all of that, Pelletier was still named Chief of Maui Police. And no sooner than he was named Chief of Maui Police, guess what just so happened to happen after this shady motherfucker gets the job? The damn fires happened. Right after he becomes the Maui chief, here come the most devastating fires they've seen in years. Coincident? I think not. Many questions are looming. Whether or not children went missing after those fires. Entire families disappeared without a trace since those fires. Oh, we gonna talk about some shit today. This the type of shit TikTok banned me for, because I'ma say it. You ain't gonna hear too many people say it, but I'ma say it. this story gets deep. And to know that this guy has came up in a Diddy lawsuit, and think about it. If it wasn't for the Diddy case, we wouldn't know about John Pelletier. I was screaming top of my lungs, standing on the top of every mountain, screaming something went right in that Maui situation. I didn't get much feedback about John at that time. They were protecting his ass. But now that he's been caught up in this Diddy mess, now people are coming back saying stuff like, there was so much that happened to the indigenous locals of Hawaii after those fires. And y'all know who ended up with a lot of that land? Dear old Oprah. Same one that asked us to give up our money. See, it's funny. You know what this reminds me of? When stuff gets exposed, it's kind of like my uncle did. Y'all know I got stories, I always got stories. But this is what happened. Same thing about that Maui fires, how the dude ended up getting a job and immediately the fires happened, and then they dig into his background. He lied on his resume. He's shady as hell. And then the Maui fires, the timing told everything. Well, let me tell you an example where that happened in my family. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I was helping my mama pay mortgages at 12 years old, delivering papers. That's the type of kid I was. Facts. So my family had businesses. They loved putting me in the middle of the business. So I had an uncle who had a store that you could compare to Blockbuster back before Blockbuster was even out. My uncle owned video stores. We did rentals. And he also sold music. And as a young kid, and this is why I look back and I've always realized I was just an old ass soul, because I was only 14 years old, about to turn 15, when he hired me to work at his store. It was called Hits Music, like hits, like hit records. It was called Hits Music. And he had workers who would work. Say this one guy, I don't remember his name, but he would work he worked Friday nights and Saturday nights. And Friday nights and Saturday nights, if you own a business, restaurant, or anything, you know, pretty much Friday night and Saturday nights in most mom and pop businesses are where you make the most money. And one thing my uncle knew about me is he always knew I was honest as hell. I ain't gonna take $1 from you. You ain't gonna take $1 from me. And so he hired me. I said, Uncle Art, I'm too young to be watching people. I'm 14 years old. My job was to keep track of 30-year-olds. That's how much trust my uncle had in me. But I'm stay with me. I'm getting to a point. So what was happening was every Friday and Saturday, my uncle would make about maybe $1,000. And it got to the point where he felt like he should have been making more. And even some days he might only make $600 or $800. But a funny thing happened. The minute he hired me to work with that guy on Friday and Saturday, the very first day we made $2,000 the day I worked. Even the guy tried to play it off. He said, man, you good luck. We making money now. Then the next Friday that we made $2,000. Saturday we make another $2,000, $2,500. Then the next Friday and Saturday, because I only worked Friday and Saturday night. Next Friday and Saturday, $2,000 more, $3,000. By that third week, my uncle fired dude. And I was so young and naive, you know, I don't know shit yet. I ain't lived life. I didn't pay attention. But what really would happen? I said, damn. I had got close to the guy. We had worked 3 weekends in a row. You know, everything was cool in my mind. And my uncle said, when I went up there one Friday, I was by myself showing a new person how to work. And my uncle said I had to fire, let's just say his name, Tony. I don't know if that was his name, but my uncle said I had to fire Tony. I said, dang, what happened? He said he was stealing. I said, how'd you know? He said for 3, 4, 5 months straight, he never made no more than $1,000 on a Friday and Saturday. He said the first day you worked there to watch and see what's going on, we doubled. And then the next day we doubled. And then the next weekend we doubled. And he said by the time the third weekend came, I know he was stealing that whole time. I said, damn, I didn't even think about that. And that's the funny thing about timing. Timing will tell on your ass, especially if there's history there. So how does that story tie in? Just like the guy, this shady ass chief that's been connected to Oprah and Diddy and with this trafficking and all in these lawsuits. Now we looking at the timing. The minute you hired as Maui police chief, after already having a shady ass history, immediately this mysterious ass fire comes that everybody figuring that it's more to it than just the fires. Timing is everything. So I'm going to ask again, where are the children? And hold up one second. Y'all know I always got to shout out the people that make this possible. The people that allow this podcast to keep going and making it what it is. And it's the subscribers. So I always got to name all the subscribers. The subscriber of the day, please subscribe and keep truth alive. I will shout you out. Nothing means more to me than the subscribers of this podcast and this podcast in general, because it's doing great things and it's giving me an opportunity to make an impact that I always dreamed of making. Well, now the dream is happening with my eyes open. And so I always take the time to thank not only the subscribers individually, but also the shoppers who are shopping on andidon'tLikeIt.com. The famous phrase that I've coined that everybody, they know me as and I don't like it. They know that more than they know Flo. You say Flo, they be like, huh? The dude that say and I don't like it. Oh, him. andidon'tLikeIt.com. We got the t-shirts, the hoodies. We got the Flo Show No Filter coffee mugs. We got the Flo Show No Filter hoodies, all on And I Don't Like It. So I'm shouting out everybody who's supporting, because I told y'all one thing about me, I ain't a salesman. I don't do sales pitches. My sales pitch is just the truth. I want to have subscribers and subscription base and my own merch and do everything be self-sufficient for my community and my subscribers, so we always could come to the table every morning and talk about whatever. Because I guarantee you, if I took on some of these big corporate sponsors that want to sponsor me, they wouldn't want me talking about this Oprah being tied in with this shady ass Maui fire chief guy and Diddy. It would be after this episode, I would get a call or email, hey, we didn't really like that. Can you take that down? So to avoid that, we being self-sufficient over here, and I appreciate everybody keeping truth alive. But let me shout you out. Subscriber of the day, and the subscriber I'm shouting out. Please subscribe if you want your shout out. But subscriber of the day today is a young lady by the name of Linda W. Linda W gave $5. We only ask for a minimum $3 subscription for this podcast, which I think is a steal for what we bring in. But Linda went above and beyond in these tough times and donated and signed up for a $5 subscription. Everybody clap it up for Linda. Everybody clap it up for Linda. And Linda's emoji is a leaf. I like that. And I like it. So Linda, thank you for keeping truth alive and helping my dream come to reality. I realized once TikTok banned me, and even before then, you can't be a truth teller if you're depending on their dollars, because you can't tell the truth. So what that means is we got to support each other and support our own so we can get on this thing and say what we got to say. So Linda, clap it up. Everybody in the chat, Breakfast Crew, Clap it up. Thank Linda for subscribing and keeping truth alive and understanding what our goal is here at this podcast. Now, also, I got to thank the shopper. Shopper of the day. This is the second time since the merch store opened that this person has been shopper of the day. But I don't give a damn. Y'all gonna have to listen to me shout out people that's helping this movement going on. I know a lot of people want me to just keep talking about Diddy. They'll want to hear all this. But I'm sorry. I'm going to always show love to those that support this podcast because don't nothing mean more to me than this podcast and my subscribers, you know, other than my family and stuff. But I'm talking about as far as content. And so let me shout out Shopper of the Day for the second time. Everybody clap it up for Michelle Johnigan. Michelle already, I ain't gonna tell all her business, but she done got the hoodie, she got the t-shirt, she doing her thing. She and I don't like it. Flo No Filter all the way up. But now she really ready for the breakfast time because she the breakfast crew and the breakfast show. She got her Flo Show coffee mug. She got both styles. I appreciate you, Michelle, for keeping truth alive. It's because of Michelle and Linda that this podcast can even keep going. Without subscribers or without us supporting the merch, I got to come on this bitch talking about the birds and the bees and stuff like that. So let's keep subscribing, y'all, so we can keep bringing this heavy shit to the table. And y'all know it's going to be on fire by the time the Diddy trial comes. So thank you, Michelle. Clap it up for Michelle. For support. I appreciate it, Michelle. You one of a kind. And anybody, go to And I Don't Like It if you want some gear. Flo No Filter hoodies, they going. I think we got like a couple left. T-shirts are about out. Shan told me like we got like a couple t-shirts left. So y'all are doing your thing, but go ahead and buy y'all merch and get y'all merch so we can continue to support truth and get stories like this. Because ain't nobody asking where the kids at. Because you know why? Because they dependent on corporate dollars. They better not ask. They better not do too much talking about Oprah. You notice you don't hear Oprah name. You talk about mainstream media, you don't hear Oprah name at all. And you really not hearing it too much on the podcast and YouTubers. But I understand why. Oprah is in charge of a lot of people's money. Not just Oprah. Oprah is connected to a lot. So a lot of people scared and don't want to say nothing. But see, that's why I'm smarter than that. I'm not getting tied up in that corporate money. And now you got me on this bitch talking like the rest of these podcasters that's scared to say stuff. I ain't that one. I don't give a damn. If I can't say what I want to say, I'm not doing a podcast. Y'all know me by now. That's why all I give about is my subscribers and my podcast and my community that rock with me. What y'all want to talk about is what the fuck we gonna talk about. Period. If it ever came to a time where we can't talk about what we want to talk about, that will be the last day of this bitch, of this podcast. So appreciate y'all for supporting. If you want to subscribe, the link is in this description notes. This is also available on Apple and Spotify. Please go check me out on Apple and Spotify. Is there anything else I needed to get to today? Because y'all know it's like I can't go a day without forgetting something. Oh, knew it. That's why I like to go back. John, one of my recent subscribers, John left something in the fan mail. So because I can't respond in the fan mail, I'm gonna start responding on the show. So if you ask me a question in the fan mail, listen to the show for the answer. So he says, yo, Flo, this is John. You know how to listen to the premium content on Spotify instead of using the website. I can say I really don't, John, but all you have to do is email buzzsprout@support.com and they will help you out. They are a great group. They help out. They kind of got that old school service, where you feel like you're really being taken care of. So, John, hit them up and they will explain to you the workaround and how to get it on your shop Spotify. I appreciate the question. Just want to throw something out there, too, about Jay-Z. I don't know if y'all saw, but Jay-Z has asked the judge, could the young lady remain anonymous in his lawsuit? So isn't he such a nice guy for that? I swear, y'all, it could be me, but I swear these motherfuckers is listening to my podcast, because the minute I start screaming about something, they react. If y'all remember, I told y'all that that's a horrible look for Jay-Z to be suing her. No matter right or wrong, whatever you feel, it's not a good look for a 3 times billionaire to be suing somebody who has not only dismissed the charges, but has dropped it and said they ain't never refiling. And I said it was a horrible, horrible PR move to go ahead and then sue her for defamation. It just looks like you're being a bully at that point. I can understand you suing Busby. That's your thing. But to sue this young lady, it's just a bad look. And y'all know I was screaming about that. Well, that same day, Jay-Z announced that he made a motion to the judge. Could he keep her anonymous or keep her name out of it? And, you know, for her, I'm glad that's a start. But for real, I would say Jay-Z keep, because I think y'all listening at this point. Y'all gotta be, because y'all moving as soon as I say stuff. So listen, just drop the one with the girl, man. Drop it. She already dismissed it. She already done put out there that all kind of people cornering at the house and all type of weird shit. Just drop the suit and keep fighting with Busby. See, Busby can handle his own. He can play ball with Jay-Z, and that's a fair fight. But this poor young lady who has already withdrawn her lawsuit, and it's already filed in a way where she can't refile it. You ain't doing yourself no good, Jay-Z, and you ain't proving no point by filing defamation on her. Tony Busby, yes, but on her, no. So I think I'm sure somebody at Rock listening, because y'all paying attention. Y'all doing exactly what the hell I told y'all to do. Lay off of her. Anyway, no new Diddy news, but like I said, y'all know we got that court date coming up Friday. And so let's pay attention, y'all. I need y'all out there who love these stories and love to get justice and want to protect the people like I do. Look into this John Pelletier situation. Look into the Maui situation. Look into how all that's tying into Diddy. It is so much. I might have to do a part 2. Like I couldn't cover everything in one episode. It's like a 3-episode type of situation, but I want y'all to look into it, because one thing that a lot of y'all have been asking me is where the kids are, where are the children? I think we are a lot closer today to knowing that answer than we were yesterday. And with that being said, I appreciate everybody. Apple and Spotify, if you want to join me live, I'm here live 7:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. Today was the first time I was ever even 2 minutes late, and it wasn't even my fault. They sent my stream out to Facebook. They didn't send it to YouTube, so I had to shut everything down and come back in. But other than that, I'm here. And I love y'all always. As always, I love y'all, but I'm out. Another one in the books. Hold on one second as I get Apple and Spotify loaded, y'all. Another one in the mother freaking books. Okay. Now that we got that loaded, we back. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, that is my favorite. Michelle, I appreciate that. And to be honest, I am that's my favorite thing to do. That's what really makes me who I am. I really like journalism. I really like to investigate. I really like to pull, not only take the story, but I like to find other things, the backstories, and develop different things. So I appreciate that. But that's my favorite thing to do. But number one priority is I always got to keep y'all up to date with Diddy and Jay-Z and all the cases that I'm covering. Keep y'all up to date on what's going on. So a lot of times I have to focus on the breaking news and kind of do that. But when it's nothing really breaking, then I get to do what I really like to do. And what I really like to do is take a story that a lot of people they focusing on the Chief and Diddy, but I like to break it down and give you all type of stuff that the Chief has done or the suspect has done. So you can really paint the picture and see how shady this motherfucker could be. So I appreciate that, Michelle, but I'm definitely, that's what I do, though. To be honest, that is what I do. That's what makes me who I am in this space. Because most people just talk about whatever the breaking story is. Most podcasts and YouTubers do not develop the characters, don't go back and look at. But see, I have been covering a wide range of things for years. And so this is where my experience comes into play. Because I covered the Maui fires intensely. I dug deep. So now when this guy gets caught up and they talking about he was the chief of the Maui fires, where I already got information. I already got information about that. Man, they better not. No. I'm glad Shauna brought that up. Cause let me, cause y'all know me. I don't leave no elephant in the room, but sometimes it ain't what should be understood, don't need to be said. But I'm gonna go ahead and say something about this. Y'all, people gotta, like, I listen to people gotta listen to me. The Flo Show No Filter is my number one priority. The number one thing that means the world to me. So when you talk about the Flo Show No Filter, you talking about, we got the Flo Show No Filter live, which I come on for y'all to see, and the Flo Show No Filter on Apple and Spotify. That means the world to me. So I just want everybody to be clear on that so they can understand going forward. Because I ain't gonna say it no more. I just trying to get people to pay attention. What's important to me. So one thing about me, I'm gonna always do what is important to the movement. Period. Nothing comes before the Flo Show No Filter podcast. Nothing. So I don't even get bothered. I don't think twice. About it. It's a reason why I have 5 stars. Do y'all know I'm one of the most opinionated people out? And I'm almost at 100,000 downloads, and I got 5 stars across all platforms. That ain't no accident. 100,000 dollars. It's people that want to give me 1 star just because they disagree with what I'm saying. And I still got 5 stars. You know why? Because I keep the main thing, and I know what to focus on. So I don't never get upset or I don't think twice about what anybody say I should do or shouldn't do. I'm doing a great thing. I wake up happy. I go to sleep happy. I'm just trying to spread the happiness to the rest of the world. So I ain't never upset. You listen, I get to help people. I get to voice my opinion on stuff. And I get to do all of that for a living. I ain't gonna never be mad or upset ever, because at the end of the day, my routine don't change. I do what's right and what need to be taken care of. I don't go off of what people feel like I should do. So I just wanted to be clear. I'm glad Shauna brought that up, because it ain't one. I don't think one way or the other on it. I bust my ass, blood, sweat, and tears to build the Flo Show No Filter. So I don't expect people to understand how important it is to them as it is to me. All I can say is, I say it every episode. So to me, anybody, you gotta listen to me. And I've been doing this a long time. So let me tell you something. When I first started, you got supporters. You got supporters who gonna support you just because of your content. You got supporters who are gonna support you just because of who you are. You got supporters that are gonna support you for your content and who you are. I know the difference. So I don't get bent out of shape. I know and I appreciate all support. I appreciate any support, even if it's just for my content. I told you the story about when I told you my mom got burnt up, and people just say stuff about, like, why is the story so short? See, that's a person who I appreciate their support, but that's a supporting who I'm just content to them. And that's fine. But I'm just letting y'all know, every single last one of my 500,000 followers, I know which category you are in. So I don't get mad, upset, none of that. I know the supporters who support me and care about how I'm doing. I know the supporters who only care about my content. And I ain't mad about that. But when you go from 1 follower to 500,000 followers, and you ain't cut no corners, and you did it the brick by brick, real way, no money, just straight hard work, you learn. And I've learned over time. Now, in my first 6 months, I didn't know the difference between supporters, and you get your feelings hurt in this game, because you'll think people really care about you. And then when rubber meets the road, you find out, oh, I'm just content to them. But see, I went through that, so I know who I'm dealing with, so I'll never be upset. I already know by certain things people say, I say, okay, that's somebody who really down for me. And I can say, oh, that's a person who just loved me for my content. So I'm good with it. So people who really care about what's important to me and really rock with me, they say things like, hey, Flo, are you okay? Don't burn yourself out, Flo. Hey, how are you doing? Like Jennifer. Jennifer's first response today was, hey, Flo, are you okay? See, that's somebody who really cares. People who just see me as content gonna be pissed off because they think I'm supposed to show up at whatever show they want me to show up on. That's somebody who just all they see me for is content. And I'm fine with that. But all I'm saying is, don't think I don't know. So I ain't never upset. I'm happy as hell. I love my team. Shanna work her butt off, and I won't even let her work. Ask Shanna. I say, Shanna, that's enough. I don't want you doing too much. Ask Greg. I'll say, Greg, I know you'll do that, but I don't want you doing that. I don't work the dog shit out of people. I just don't. Even my team, we gonna do it with this full understanding that we all have lives outside of this. So if my happiness on a 1 through 10 is 11, and it's been like that for probably the past couple years. So I'm glad Shauna brought that up, because to me, it was a non-issue. But y'all know me, I don't leave no elephants in the room. If I see somebody talking about it, I'll bring it up because I'm genuine. Everything I'm doing is genuine. I'm straightforward. You can say anything to me, I'm gonna just tell you the honest truth. That's it. If you listen to my show, you know where I'm supporting and what I'm doing. and what the priority is. I ain't never not said the priority is the Flo Show No Filter podcast. Anything outside of that is extra. I've said that a million times. I do everything myself for a reason. I'm not buying into the establishment or none of that. I'm going on tour. I got hella merch. And I do a fire ass show for an hour to 2 hours every Monday through Friday. I spend 3 to 4 hours preparing for that show. You think I care if anybody say if I ain't somewhere or I ain't over there? What's my saying? Something my father always taught me. Just work hard. You don't have time to worry about what people saying when you working hard. Because while they saying whatever they saying, I'm working. And when they get done talking, I'm still working. So I'm never not working. So I don't have time to get caught up and mad about somebody saying this or saying that. I got 500,000 followers. I give my opinionated ass stuff every day. Do y'all know how many people, how many rude comments, how many haters, how much I'm numb to all that. Do you imagine that? Like, really think about that. I got 400,000 to 500,000 followers and I'm opinionated, which means I'm gonna tell you how I feel. So I don't get caught up in what people saying and doing. That's their right. But then I also have my right to do what I need to do for where I'm putting my sacrifice and all of that into. So like I said, I appreciate all the support. Even if you just support me for content, I appreciate that. But understand, I'm wise enough to know the difference. So before you even tripped, I already knew where you was at. I know who really, really down and actually give a fuck about me. I could tell the difference. So I appreciate those. I appreciate all the followers. I appreciate all the support. But you know one thing, no filter is always no filter. No filter gonna mean if you ask me a question or you bring something up, I'm gonna give you a no filter response. I don't lie. I don't do sales pitches. I tell you exactly what it is because ain't nothing better than the truth. So I'm gonna say it again for the last time. The Flo Show No Filter is my pride and joy, is my everything, and my subscribers and the people that support the merch of the Flo Show No Filter and the And I Don't Like It movement. Anything outside of that is extra. That's the only way you do that's the only way you have 5 stars. But if I get spread or try to put too much priority on stuff that ain't priority, now my podcast slipping. I'm not never going to do that. I'm working with Shan. I don't want Shan to have to be worried about on this chat and doing this and that and trying to do the shirts and all that, man. We gonna handle it the way it need to be handled. I love Shan. I'm not going to overwork nobody. I love Greg. I'm not going to overwork Greg. We got a lot going on. So I hope that's the last time I had to tell y'all how important the Flo Show No Filter is to me. I say it every episode, but I think with Shauna bringing that up, this might make it a little more clear. And I can't really, I don't know what else to say. But I'm gonna keep doing. That's how I got here. I can't get caught up in no noise. You don't get 5-star ratings after 100,000 motherfuckers done downloaded your stuff. You don't get 5 stars by just being willy-nilly. You get 5 stars because you locked the fuck in. And I'm locked in. And if you want to be locked in with me, then lock in with me. If you ain't, your ass gonna be locked out. That's just how it go. Lock in or be locked out. Yeah, definitely true. I lost y'all know how hard I bust my ass for TikTok to get those almost 400,000 followers, and then in a blink of an eye, they just took it from me. You don't see TikTok people over there crying. They move on to the next content creator. The only my true blues came over here. So if you want me to work tirelessly for platforms that ain't doing shit for me, then I gotta look at you. I gotta look at you side eye. Because I'm up here fighting every day for people to get what they deserve and get what they earn. I fight every day for that. Who gonna fight for me? I need people to fight for me, not to be burning myself out. I don't need people trying to burn me out. I got enough of that. You stick out in my world when you're trying not to burn me out and making sure I'm taking care of myself. That's the people that stick out to me. I don't have anybody burn me out. Everybody, I got 100 million people that tell me to burn myself out, run me straight to the grave. They won't care. So I don't ever get caught up in the noise. I'm locked in and I just work. I'm getting to help people every day. And that's my focus. Every day. But I'm going on tour. Flo Show No Filter is going on tour. Who putting that together? Me. Flo doing the merchandise. Who putting that together? Me. Who you see right here. How many hours is it in a day? If you count sleep, count 2 to 3 hours prep, count a 2-hour show, count making clips, count setting up tours, count making sure merchandise get out. How many hours in a day, y'all? I'm gonna leave it at that. That's why I don't have to say nothing. Just put the facts out there. I don't have to. This ain't an argument. I ain't mad. I'm sure y'all not mad. This is just a conversation. But all I'm doing is, like I do on my podcast, putting out the facts. Y'all count the hours. Y'all estimate the hours of what it takes, plus add in some sleep. So I'm kind of glad Shauna brought that up, because really I wasn't going to bring it up because it wasn't nothing for me to talk about. I'm working my ass off. So what I got to say, but y'all know me, I'm no filter. I don't hide from elephants. If it's something going to be brought up and I'm seeing it 2 or 3 times, I'm going to speak on it. And guess what? From celebrities to anybody in the comments to anybody have a problem, I will always put the link to come in this thing in the comments. And anybody that got that feel like I need to be doing more, or I ain't doing enough, I have the link in the comments for anybody to come up here and tell me straight directly. Forget all the chat, forget the comments. I got the link in the thing. If anybody ever want to come up here and tell me I need to do more, I ain't doing this or I ain't doing that, then we can talk about it straight back and forth. And I've always extended that. And most of the time, don't nobody take me up on it. But I'm always willing to talk because I love explaining my side, because everything I do is with purpose and intention. Everything. So I don't have a problem explaining. Apple and Spotify is loaded. Apple and Spotify is loaded. The link is there. That's why I don't get, the link is always there. I like talking about it. Like I said, I am too blessed. I have too many outstanding, beautiful supporters. I can never be mad. I have so many supporters, I can't even count them. I have the best supporters. I can never be mad. I love it. I just don't have any airplay or any energy for anything outside of people genuinely trying to support. I just don't. I've been around the block. I know how to handle this thing. I know how to handle this situation, how to handle even being in this position, because I don't get caught up in that. I don't get caught up in the hype. I'm here to bring justice, to bring awareness, and to take the Flo Show No Filter as high as I can take it. And that's what I'm here for. Anything outside of that is extra. I do stuff for the love because I love my people, but ain't nobody gonna work me to the ground. So y'all don't even gotta worry about it. But I appreciate the ones who hit me up and be like, Flo, don't burn yourself out. It means a lot for y'all that y'all even say that. But I'm telling you, don't worry about it. I come from a good family. I come from good stock. Ain't nobody gonna make me do nothing that I ain't comfortable with doing or I can't do. Nobody. And I don't get upset about it. I don't get mad about it. Like I told you, I appreciate that people give a fuck. So let me be clear. I don't get mad about that. I appreciate that people care if I'm on live or if I'm not on live or if I'm at the show. Because what do I always say? People don't have to give a damn. People could not give a damn if I'm on or if I'm off. And I wouldn't want that. So it's never an anger. It's never a mad. It's just straightforward. A lot of people ain't used to getting straightforward truth because they think, people tend to think straightforward truth mean mad, and it don't. When you're a genuine person, straightforward truth just you want to know the truth, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. That's it. And it's funny because my son is the exact same way, and me and him get along good. But I notice people around him be like, sometimes they'll be like, "Is your son mad?" Or I don't know, because your son just said this and he didn't. I'll be like, he cool. He just like his dad. He just straightforward. My son he probably never get mad at nobody. He might have an opinion about stuff, and he might tell you the straight truth of what he feeling. But my son, I almost don't even know who he ever mad at. He don't get mad, but he just like his dad, where he just a straight truth teller. And a lot of times people want the truth, but they can't handle the truth. To them, the truth is you mad. Y'all can ask Shan. It's easy to know when I'm mad when you really know me. Ask Shan. Ask Shan. Y'all always can get in touch with Shan. You don't gotta worry. Shan always know what's going on with me. Or Greg always know what's going on with me. So if you don't see me on this morning and it ain't a holiday, then that's when you worry. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. So we on the same page. So y'all don't worry. If it ain't a holiday and I don't upload no Flo Show No Filter, then it's time to worry. See, I'm just a straight shooter, so you'll know. If it ain't a holiday and I don't upload no Flo Show No Filter podcast, that's when it's time to worry. Call everybody, figure out what the hell going on, make sure I ain't unalived. And so, yeah, Greg be incognito, yeah. But Shan, that's my sis. Shan gonna know everything. Shan know everything, just like I know everything was going on with her. So Shan will always know, but I'm just telling you, if I ain't only time you need to be worried is if I don't upload a podcast and it ain't a holiday, something ain't right. Because I ain't missed a day. And I only missed a couple holidays only because I want to make sure I don't burn myself out. But I don't really like missing no days on my podcast. I have to force myself to take holidays off because I really want to upload every day. I would upload through the weekend if I didn't understand that I have to watch myself and not burn myself out. But to be honest, I could upload a podcast episode every day. I just know I can't do that and still keep the level and keep it at the high level it is if I burn myself out. But yeah, so if it ain't a holiday and you don't see no podcast episode, then it's time to call the police. Okay, K Marie. Stay blessed. Thank you, McKay Marie. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Keep your head on a swivel. And today I didn't even get to announce. I forgot to announce the tour. I was supposed to announce the tour starting on the podcast today, and I didn't. I forgot to announce it, so I will announce it tomorrow. But first date is going to be in Detroit. First date announced, I should say, is going to be in Detroit. I'm working on getting feedback from venues now. I don't know if y'all sent Shan any venues, but I'm talking to a couple venues in Detroit area as we speak, and I'm gonna let the listeners and fans and supporters decide where I'm going. So tomorrow, when I was supposed to announce it today, but I forgot. So tomorrow, I'm gonna announce on the podcast about the tour, and I'm gonna let anybody know if you want the podcast, want me to come to your city, then you're gonna have to send some messages, put in a fan mail, because I'm just going to the cities that people ask me to come to the most. So Detroit was the first one that a lot of people inboxed me. A lot of people sent me messages on my social media, and even a lot of the crew, the breakfast crew, said Detroit. And so it was so many people said Detroit. I said, okay, I'll make Detroit the first one. So after Detroit, whatever everybody else announced, once I announce Detroit, then I'll work on the other cities. But for now, right now, I know for sure it's Detroit and Cleveland and probably Columbus, but for sure Detroit and Cleveland right now. But I know once I announce it, it's going to be a lot of other cities. So I'm just trying to see which cities are going to be the loudest. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me see. Gotta send a great venue. Amy said Charleston, South Carolina. How far is Charleston from Myrtle Beach? And it might not be nowhere near, but that's the last place I've been that was even in that area, in the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina. Charleston, or if it's not close to Myrtle, what's a major city? What's the closest major city to Charleston? If you could let me know that. Because I definitely got to hit the Carolinas. I got to look at my analytics. Oh, about 3 hours? Okay, so yeah. Oh, for sure. So I'll look into Charleston, but I got to do Myrtle Beach for sure. So no, that's going to be too far of a drive. I might have to go to Charleston, though. But I might do Myrtle and then try to go to Charleston when I do Myrtle Beach. Because I already know I got so many fans in Myrtle Beach. I already know that's going to be a place. I got a lot of fans in Myrtle Beach. But I would try to make my way. Is there a closer, bigger city? Okay, I got you. So Charleston is. Yeah, I've seen people in my comments at Charleston. So I think I might be able to swing Charleston because I'm going to be close because I know I'm going to be in Myrtle Beach. So if I'm in Myrtle Beach, I may be able to plan something to go straight from Myrtle Beach to Charleston, because I do have a lot of like fans in Charleston. I just didn't know how close Charleston was to Myrtle Beach. Oh yeah. Thank you, Not Dreamer. And Not Dreamer, one of the day ones. See, that's that like I already know Not Dreamer will be one of the ones I would put in that category. Like I know Not Dreamer is actually not only just down for me for my content, but she actually care about my well-being and who I am as a person. And so you really value those type of supporters. Like I said, Not Dreamer, I don't know if it's besides Shan and True, Not Dreamer might be my longest standing supporter. So she know me. She know me. She know what I stand for. She know what type of dude I am. And I ain't changed from 2.5, 3 years ago. And I ain't gonna change today. I'm gonna be the same. Now Dreamer the same flow. Now Dreamer ran into 2 years ago. When I ain't had nothing. This the same flow with a popping podcast and 500,000 followers. I'm still the same flow. So I appreciate you, Not Dreamer, because I don't get caught up in all that mess. Like I literally do this for y'all. Like I really do. If anybody knows me, like Shan knows me. Shan know I don't need to be seen. I could just be in audio world with my podcast and be just as happy. That's just how I'm wired. I'm not here to be seen. But I also appreciate my supporters, and I try to give more and more that I can give to them. But to come on this video, this is strictly fans. This is strictly support. This is strictly my love to my people who support me. Because if I didn't have genuine love, I would wake up in the morning, do my hour podcast, and keep it moving. I wouldn't even pop on screen. So this is because I really enjoy talking to my supporters, getting to know them, and all that. Because other than that, Shan will tell you, I don't need to be seen. I'm not that type of person. So this is why I didn't come out with a video at first, because it's not important to me to be seen. I just want to be heard. So I'm even doing this tour because my fans have held me down for 2 years plus. So I want to get out to these cities and meet them. I don't do it to be seen, because I could never go on tour and I'll be just as happy. And anybody that knows me know that is facts. I just like to get the job done. I really care about what I do. And I don't have to be seen. Like, that's not my thing. But when it comes to my supporters and my fans, I'm gonna give a little extra every time, because I genuinely appreciate it. But don't get it twisted. Shan to tell you, I could be a ghost and be fine. I'd just be a voice in somebody's speakers for the rest of my life, and I don't need the fame. I don't do it for that. I do it for my fans, my supporters, and my purpose. That's it. My fans, my supporters, and my purpose. I don't do this to be famous. I don't do this to be seen. I don't do this to say, look at me. Because if I was, my podcast would have been video from the day one. But what happened is I started audio, and I kept having supporters say, Flo, you should do some video episodes. I want to rock with you. I want to see you. And finally I said, all right, you know what? Let me do video. Let me add video into it, so I'll record the video as I do the podcast. That's how that even came to be. So just letting y'all know, I do this for love, so y'all understand, like, I really do this stuff because I fuck with y'all. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't do this. I would just wake up in the morning, do my podcast, and carry on with my day. But I love the support. I love that y'all down for me. I love that I can get on here and y'all accept me for whatever the hell I say, and y'all appreciate that I'm just giving y'all my straight truth. And so because of that, I owe y'all. I owe y'all for that. So that's why I do stuff like this. So I really, just to let y'all know, this is real. What we got going on is real. Everybody got me. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's good. This good convo. This great convo. This is why when I put y'all on the panel, I don't want to be on there, because I like learning how y'all are, what y'all about, what y'all think. That's how I learn, watching people, observing. And I don't want to be on there throwing off the chem. I want to watch. I want to learn my supporters, what they like, what they into, what they not into. That is the key. So to me, conversations are good conversations. Like, conversations don't bother me at all. I like having them. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad Shauna brought it up, because I would only talk about it if y'all bring it up, because other than that, like, I didn't think it was a reason. I didn't feel like it was nothing that needed to be said. But thank you, Shauna, for even bringing that up there, and I appreciate that, Michelle. We're gonna continue to rock. One thing, like I told y'all from the beginning, you got a podcaster, got a content creator who ain't afraid to tell you or anybody exactly the truth, and I like that. I like people that's honest with me. You don't got to tell me just what you think I want to hear. Tell me the honest truth. That's how I learn. I can't learn from fake news, or I can't learn from phoniness. I can only learn from honesty. So I appreciate when people be straightforward, 'cause I'm a straightforward person. Oh yeah, the panel. Hey, look, the panel days is gonna continue. Ladies' night is gonna continue. Not Dreamer. Hey, Not Dreamer, you must have had some coffee this morning. I ain't never seen Not Dreamer in on the breakfast show with this much energy. What been going on with Not Dreamer, y'all? What's that coffee? What kind of coffee you drinking, Not Dreamer? Always. Hey, Michelle said, wait for the wine down. Oh, look, I told y'all, I knew it. I knew Not Dreamer had some good coffee over there. Oh, yeah, Not Dreamer comes in on fire. Soon as Not Dreamer turn her camera on, it's on fire. Not Dreamer come in, what we used to call Not Dreamer come in hot. I told you. Hey, look, and see, that's the thing. I will read people like a book, just my loved ones and my people. I knew Not Dreamer had coffee. You know why? I know Not Dreamer's more in the energy level. See, I pay attention to all of y'all. Whether you know it or not, that's one of my gifts. My brain pays attention, even when I don't know I'm paying attention. And I study, I know everything about y'all. So I know Not Dreamer's energy. And I know today she had some good coffee, because she always come in hot. But she came in extra hot today. She had that, Tuck said she on that Flo Pacino. Hey, y'all, I got to come out with my own coffee. Hey, look, that's going to be the next thing, y'all, like down the line. But I got to come out with my own Flo Pacino coffee. Yeah, she does. I like it. Yeah, I love Not Dreamer, man. Ain't nothing like passion and energy. Ain't nothing like it, especially when it's genuine. Like Not Dreamer, just like I say how I am, Not Dreamer been the same way for the 2 years I know Not Dreamer. She ain't never switched up one time. I know exactly what I'm getting. Just today, I got a little bit extra Not Dreamer. Yeah, I know that. I was like, hey, look, I was like, I hope the titties ain't out. I was like, I'm about to get banned. I was cracking up though, because I actually was just listening on that part. Like I wasn't watching. I had my phone down and I was just listening. And then next thing I heard about rubbing titties and all that, I said, whoa. But I ain't tripping about it. I know my team got me, so I ain't even had to worry. But I was like, damn, did she pull boobs out on my YouTube channel? But I wasn't even worried. I know y'all gonna take care of me. I wasn't even worried. I ain't even pick up my phone thinking nothing was wrong. I was just laughing. I was like, that's Dreamer. I love Dreamer though. I love everybody that follow me, which like I always tell y'all, that's why I'm just honest. If y'all want to know something, I'm gonna speak on it. This ain't no sales pitch over here. We just family. This is my family, my extended family, ever since my real family kind of fell apart. Once my granny died, this is my extended family. And one thing about my family, we gonna talk and we gonna be straight shooters, but we love each other. But we gonna be straight shooters. You're gonna ask me a question, you're gonna make sure you want to hear the answer. And don't be talking about you think I'm mad, because I ain't. I like talking. I love clarity. Like I love to, if you wondering where I'm coming from, ask me. I'm gonna tell you exactly. And that's what I want out of y'all. I love it. So, like I said, Shan, no, I'm the type that if I'm mad, I'm gonna tell you I'm mad. Like you ain't gonna have to read between no lines. I'm gonna tell you what I'm mad about, why I'm mad, and how we can fix it. That's how I am. I ain't one of those people you got to read between the lines and wonder if I'm mad. Shan will tell you, because Shan has seen me when I was upset at somebody. I'm straight shooter. You won't have to figure it out. I'm going to tell you. I don't want you to have to figure it out. I want people, when I'm mad at them, I want them to know. I'm that type of person. I want somebody to know I'm mad. When I'm mad, I ain't about to hide it. I'm gonna tell you what you did, why I ain't like it, and that's that. I ain't about to be playing 21 questions, sitting there with an attitude, but I ain't saying nothing. That ain't me. Like I said, ask Shan, she'll tell you. She'll tell you like, nah, I know when Flo mad, cause it ain't hard to know, cause I'm gonna tell you exactly that I'm mad and why I'm mad. So I just love the whole crew we got. Everybody got their role. Mini-Me keep us up to date on every freaking story that's going on. She's a blessing to the crew. She sends prayers. She helps everybody. If they got an ailment, Mini-Me gonna tell you what to use. Shauna was the first one on the morning when I did my video. Shauna was the first one on the first episode. We did the first episode. It was just me and Shauna. It wasn't nobody else. It was literally me and Shauna early in the morning. And she was on time. So Michelle, always been supportive. Jennifer, Amy, we them boys, Felix, Lauren, all these names I'm remembering just off the top of my head. C Tuck, some of our newest members. C Tuck in the building. Like I said, it's growing and it's growing. We got Sybil, Felicia. We got the other G Money. It's like I said, when you got it like that, I'm just being so honest with y'all. I could never be mad. Like I'm so fulfilled in what I'm doing. I can never be mad. I just really want y'all to know that. So I don't want y'all to ever even think. I'm too happy for my closest people to think I'm mad. I'm happy as fuck. Let me be straight honest with you. I'm happy as a motherfucker. Is that clear? God has blessed me in a way that I never saw coming. It's not a second go by I'm mad. For real. Not a second go by. I ain't mad. I'm happy as fuck. Matter of fact, I spend more time cultivating and taking God's blessing further my mind is so much on that, I don't even have time to be mad. Like, what? Mad? Why I'm gonna be mad at? Ain't nobody got it better than us. When I say us, I'm talking about our community. They need to be mad. I ain't mad. Let them be mad. Yep, I agree with you, Nadreema. I'm private too. Yeah, exactly. We are all family. I'm private too. I'm with you on that, Nadreema. It's very hard for me to get with new people, or I got my same friend for damn near fucking 40 years. My same best friend. Damn near pretty much 40 years. So I'm private too, but this is a beautiful situation, a beautiful family. And like I said, one thing about me, I'm gonna always be honest and tell y'all exactly what's going on. Ain't gonna be no smoke and mirrors, none of that. I don't think it's necessary. I think when you surrounded by people who genuinely love you, you can be honest. I always believe that. When you're around people who love and really genuinely about you, you can be honest. If you can't be honest, them motherfuckers don't love you. If you're around people that you got to bite your tongue, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't explain this, or they going to twist your words and all that, that ain't love. And I don't want to be around them kind of people. Like I said, shit, some of the stuff, you heard what Greg said, some of the stuff like my dad, my mom, my grandmother, my uncles, they were all straight shooters when it come to telling you something. So I guess I grew up with thick skin where I ain't about to get mad about nobody saying nothing. That's how we came up. Straight shooters. Not anger, just this is what it is. Now what you gonna do? That's it. Now we move on and we enjoy the moment, live in the moment and enjoy life. So I love it. I'm looking forward to the tour. Make sure y'all send Shan some more venues. Please send Shan some more Detroit venues. I'm talking to 3 venues right now. 2 of them reached out to me. 1 of them I reached out to them. But if y'all can send some more venues to Shan, I'll reach out to them. I'm trying to decide on the venue by next Friday. So not this Friday, but no later than next Friday, I want to have the venue locked in. So if y'all can send Shan the venue, possible venues for Detroit, I would appreciate that. But yeah, y'all, we got a lot going on with this Diddy mess. We got court coming up on Friday for Diddy. Today is whoa, hold up, y'all. Check this breaking news. Check this out. Oh my God. Jay-Z's accuser heard on tape saying he never raped her and claims her attorney pushed her to file the lawsuit. Now they saying it's a tape now. This is the tape. Check this out. This is from the Jasmine brand. The woman who alleged Jay-Z raped her in 2000 when she was 13 years old is heard on a recording confessing that it never happened and her attorney pushed her to sue. Now, in the recording obtained by, and see, this is the thing, y'all know ABC News has been Team Jay-Z. So I'm just throwing that out there. This is coming from ABC News, Team Rock Nation. So just put that, I'm just putting that carrot out there before I continue. Now, one private investigator asked, he was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. To which the woman identified as Jane Doe responds, yeah. She then says attorney Tony Busby was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him with Jay-Z. She later dropped the lawsuit with prejudice, so she can't refile it. Busby has since called the woman's claims a blatant lie, adding, as far as the suggestion that I pushed Jane Doe to bring a case against Jay-Z, that is a blatant lie that is directly contrary to all the documentary evidence. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, we've all agreed that his name is Spiro, right? So we're going with Spiro. Alex Spiro says the tape speaks for itself. She says in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It's effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to be involved with him. The truth had to fully come out. This person cannot be allowed to sort of hide from reality. This was a false accusation. Carter is suing the woman and Busby for defamation claims they both deny. Now, before I get out of here, it could be a multitude of things. First of all, it could be true. That could be a real tape. That could be really her saying that, and that's really how she felt. Let's throw that out of the way. So that's what ABC's saying. But let's say what else it could be. It also could have been they showing up at her door. She's scared as hell. Because it kind of sounds like that. Like, not only is you going to say it didn't happen, but if you're scared and they pulling up on you with private investigators and you don't know what's about to happen, then what do? Take it a step further and say, as a matter of fact, Tony Busby made me do it. So that could be the case. The last thing could be, it could be somebody else. We don't know for sure if that's Jane Doe. But let's say if it is Jane Doe, two options. It could be true, or it could be she was there and they were pressing her and scared the hell out of her. And she came up with saying, you know what, it didn't happen. As a matter of fact, Tony made me do it. Because if a woman is sitting alone with 3 or 4 guys, private investigators, I'm sure she's scared out of her mind. But that's just breaking news. So y'all know I'm going to dive more into it. But that shit just literally came across the desk. Exactly. Yeah, it don't make no sense, Michelle. It don't make no sense, Michelle. Now, Dreamer said the last scenario. Yeah, I got to look into this one. This just literally dropped. So I just threw you immediately off the top of my brain. Those are the 3 scenarios that I see being possible. And so I'm going to dig more into those 3 scenarios and see what people are saying. Yeah, this whole thing is weird. The whole thing is weird. I don't get none of this. Let me see what some of the public is saying. It's just broke. So let's see what in general, some people saying false claims ruin lives and reputations, even when the person is found innocent. It should be a crime. I need y'all to be just as loud about this as y'all swore he was. This woman should be arrested. Busby is cooked. So this is the general consensus right now. We're going to see how it plays out throughout the day, but I will definitely be talking about this tomorrow. Like I said, I always give y'all all the possible scenarios. I give you my opinion of what I think happened, but I'm going to give you all the scenarios and I'll let y'all choose which one y'all believe. But this story stinks. This story stinks. And on that note, I'm about to do some digging. So please send the venues for Detroit and make sure tomorrow, I'm gonna write it in my notes that I announce the tour tomorrow on the podcast. Send Shannon the venue group in the group me. Send that to her. If you got a Detroit venue. Other than that, let's get those. I'm gonna check into that, Michelle, and let's get those I'm out in the chat before we get the hell up out of here. Okay, cool. Jennifer says she's back to work, so she'll be listening to it in the ER. Let's get them I'm outs in the chat. I can't until I see 10 I'm outs. I can't leave. Get the I'm outs, please like it. Facebook people, please like and share the live. After this live closes, please come back to this post on YouTube or Facebook and leave some comments. They help push it out, but we're doing an amazing job, y'all. Like I said, I couldn't be happier. We're going to continue to work. I'm about to check on Shan. I believe first batch of orders going out tomorrow. And pretty much all the orders are going out this week. So I can't wait till y'all get y'all merch. I love the merch. It's looking good. I can't wait till y'all get y'all coffee mugs. And I gotta get my coffee mug so I can sip in the morning with y'all. So as always, I see the I'm outs. Everybody have a good day. Much love. Love y'all and I'm out.